not me. A lot of the people that's in my comments are from Houston, and y'all are rude as hell, okay? I said what I said.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast.
Part 3 of why I'm leaving Houston, Texas. And I just got here a year ago. Right? Y'all in the comments on my last video, if y'all go back and see that YouTube, y'all wildin'. Y'all wildin'. First of all, that video was made about 2 months ago. I still feel the exact same way, if not even worse than I did when I originally made that. Y'all, listen, I'm going to stand on what I said. I'm going to stand 10 toes down. Y'all rude. Y'all arrogant. A lot of these comments prove my point. Get out. Leave. Nobody wants you here. Cool. Listen, y'all, I moved to Houston. I made the decision to move to Houston. I have a few family members here. A lot of them said it would be good to raise kids, things like that. I wanted my kids to see, I'm 41 years old, and I wanted my kids to see that you do not have to stay where you grew. That there are more opportunities out there, that there are, you know, a different scenery. I wanted my kids to see something different. Being that parent that didn't want them to just stay where they were, where they was, you know, I did it, and I didn't want them to do it. But again, y'all proving my point while I'm getting the hell up out of here. I'm getting the hell up out of here fast. Don't y'all worry. Promise you that. Again, like I said, I even wrote down some notes from some of the comments. A lot of y'all are proving my point. Y'all rude, weird, arrogant, and fake bougie. Not all, but some. Okay? And what I've noticed is that a lot of those that do have Southern hospitality here really are from Louisiana. That's what I've noticed. A lot of the people that are really nice got Southern hospitality here because it's not everybody. Most of them that are really nice, got good Southern hospitality, are from Louisiana. They're Louisiana natives. I said what I said. There are some great Houstonians. Even if you look in the comments, there are some great, I received some great comments as well. And I appreciate those comments to the fullest. Because again, this is not just about me. This is also about my kids. And so to see some of these comments and people in the comments saying, get out, bye, leave. Like, damn, okay, no problem. Say less. I'm just not rude. I'm just not rude. I wasn't raised like that. I know how to say excuse me. I know how to say thank you. I know how to, you know, throw my hand up when somebody letting me pass or letting me walk and they didn't have to. But that's just me. So you can't always say that the people who moved here are the ones that's rude, because baby, it's not me. A lot of the people that's in my comments are from Houston, and y'all are rude as hell. Okay? I said what I said. A lot of people, again, we can definitely tell where they're from. Also living in Chicago and Indiana, I've seen more diversity there than I've seen here. And I really thought this was a diverse state. Again, I do have some family members that stay here. I do have a couple of friends that stay here. And I really thought there was more diversity than what I'm actually seeing. I had a conversation with my wax lady today, ironically enough. And what she was telling me is that how her grandmother, who was raised in that era, like 1939, is extremely racist, right? She told me a story about how a little boy came in trying to get a job at her restaurant, and the grandmother really needed help. She was hiring, but because of the color of his skin, she told him they wasn't hiring at the time. And again, this is coming from somebody who lives here. Their grandmother lives here. They were raised here, so on and so forth. So when I say I still see racism here, and I see more than I've ever seen from living in Chicago and Indiana, I mean just that. Now, let's get into it. Part 3 of why I'm leaving. Aside from everything that I said, the rudeness, people don't know how to say thank you, the traffic, the way people drive, the overcrowdedness, I'm overstimulated. My anxiety is through the roof here. Aside from all of that, let's talk about some new things that happened. Let's talk about Hurricane Beryl that wasn't even a category 2, 3, or 4 that pretty much knocked our lights out for 6 days. Now, do I have a generator? I do. Do I like living like that? I don't. I don't like living off a generator. You pay too much money here. You pay too much money to lose lights for 6 days, and I understand things happen. However, I also have the choice to move because I don't want to deal with weather like that. There are other places that stay warm and you don't have to deal with that weather. The infrastructure here in Texas is not built for anything, if you ask me. It's not built for rain, sleet, snow, hot, cold. It's not built for nothing. Every time something happens here, somebody say it's the infrastructure. What is the infrastructure built for? Because it don't seem like it's built to live. I'm just being honest, okay? It doesn't seem like it's meant to live, okay? Y'all can say what y'all want, but baby, I'm not finna die in no hurricane because, yeah, I wanted to stay somewhere and deal with it. I don't know how y'all deal with it. More power to y'all. It ain't gonna be me, okay? let's get into, and I have my iPad with me, let's get into the icing that was on the cake, that was placed on the cake. I currently just dealt with my 11-year-old having a case in the state of Texas for fighting. My 11-year-old had never had a fight before. She is now 12. My 11-year-old had never had a fight before a day in her life. She's never been a troubled child. She's always been a straight A student. Matter of fact, she's in honors classes. Never had this trouble out of her. My baby stands about 4 feet 8, and she's going to the 7th grade. So she's extremely small, very petite, very tiny. Yeah. So she got into a fight, and then the day after her 12th birthday, I was served with papers stating that my daughter needs to come to court for disorderly conduct. She was at school. She had been being called black bees. She was called other racial slurs. She was also told she was a cotton picker and a few other things that I won't name on this here YouTube. But she was called all of these names. She was told, I think I said this on one of my previous videos, that she blends in well with the dark. Her first day getting on the school bus here. And I know, again, it's not everybody, but it has to be these parents that's raising these kids to be this way. I don't raise my kids to be that way. My daughter was actually on like an anti-bullying team when we lived in Indiana or Chicago, Illinois, whatever. She was actually on like an anti-bullying team. She doesn't like bullies. She actually used to like really speak up for her friends that was being bullied and things like that. But she's been bullied since we got here. And I actually had someone in my comments who told me he didn't know if it was a lie or not. So I believe that I've marked off everything that I needed to on this to avoid revealing my daughter's identity because she is still a minor. But this is proof. The state of Texas, again, versus it had my daughter's name. It says that in the name of state of Texas, the peace officer hereby commands you to be in court. I was summoned. Her greatest charge would have been a Class C misdemeanor, but I hired an attorney because it won't be my little black child that be made an example of. They know that she wasn't the starter of it. The starter was that of a different color. And yeah, I had to hire an attorney in order to avoid my daughter getting a Class C misdemeanor who had never been in trouble before. Not only did she get served, but she also completed her school suspension. I'm saying in school. It wasn't in school. It was out of school. But she completed her punishment for the school and then turned around and had to deal with a Class C misdemeanor. This is currently still going on. There are some things that we have to complete. However, we were able to get that Class C dropped. Because again, it would not be where you make an example of my 12-year-old, now 12-year-old, at the time of the fight, she was 11, where you make an example out of her. And again, she's still a straight A student. I was told that one of the reasons that they are going to give my daughter what they're giving her is because they can tell that she's a smart girl based on the way that she wrote the paper, the statement of the fight. They said she was one of the only kids who was able to verbalize what happened in writing because everyone else wrote on a 2nd or 3rd grade level. She don't come from no dumb family, y'all. I just graduated with my master's degree. I don't play that with my kids. And matter of fact, even the girl that she had a fight with, we had bought a gift just for her to apologize and make amends across the board. I didn't have to do that. This little girl started with my kid. This little girl called my daughter a cotton picker. This little girl called my daughter a black you know what. But being a parent that I am, I want to show my kids that fighting ain't always the way. Okay? So when you ask me why I want to leave Houston, that's why I'm leaving Houston. So all these comments, y'all can save them. Y'all can say all the negative comments, you can save them. Again, this is my opinion. This is what I've been through here. I've been through more here in the last year than I've ever been in 41 years of my life. I kid you not. This year has sent me through the ringer and back again. But again, I digress. Comment, like, subscribe to my channel. We do have an idea of where we're going next, where me and my family are going next. We will take y'all along this journey. But in the midst of manifestation, what I'm manifesting, the things that I'm praying for, I won't speak aloud just yet on where we're going. But we will be going. It's been fun. Thanks, y'all, for watching.